welcome to this jazz guitar lesson. I'm Chris Whiteman, and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be looking at grips and how we can use grips to create chord voicings as well as build single note lines. This is a very common approach among piano players. I first learned this in a group jazz piano class at the University of Miami. I was very disappointed to find out I had to take piano as a requirement, but I ended up learning quite a bit in that class and very grateful that I was forced to take it. So when I think about grips, I'm thinking about a fixed upper structure that can be paired with different bass notes to create different harmonies. So for example, if I had a major 7, this is also a grip. If I just play it from C, it's a C major 7, right? But if I put A in the bass, it becomes an A minor 9. If I put D in the bass, it becomes a D9 sus with a 13, right? So we're getting a lot of colors. These grips, we pair them in a way that enhance the voicings so that we really pull out the color of the extensions. There are many different grips, and they all have different names and different uses. Today we're going to start with the Lydian grip. It's one of the more common grips used in jazz. So let's look at building this Lydian grip. I think of it as a derivative of the major 7 grip, except instead of the 5th, we have a raised 11th, right? So the major 7, we have root, major 3rd, perfect 5th, major 7. I'm going to take the 5th here and I'm going to move it down a half step, and I'm going to rename that the raised 4th or the sharp 11. And that's what the Lydian grip looks like. And it's a movable grip. I can move it around the neck wherever I need it. Now, the grips are rootless, meaning when I'm thinking about them, I'm not thinking about the root of the grip, meaning the root of the grip is not going to be the root of the chord. So we have to understand the relationship between the root of the grip and the root of the chord that we're making. So we're going to look at those relationships in the context of a 2-5-1 in C minor. All right, so it's a minor 2-5-1 in C minor. And the first chord in that progression would be D minor 7 flat 5. That would be the 2. The 5 chord would be G7, some type of altered probably. And then the 1 chord is going to be C minor 6, right? So those are the basic underlying harmonies. So I want to use grips to create voicings for those particular harmonies, knowing that they're going to function for the original harmony, but they're going to give me some nice colors as well that aren't in the standard voicings. So we have to know the rules of where to place the grip in relation to the chord. So for a minor 7 flat 5, the rule is you build the Lydian grip from the flat 5. So in this case, we have D minor 7 flat 5. And we want to use a Lydian grip for this voicing. So the flat 5 of D is A flat. So I build my Lydian grip from A flat. Right? So A flat Lydian functioning as a D minor 7 flat 5. And what it gives us is gives us the flat 5, the flat 7, the root, and the 11, right? And if you had a bass player playing D, or if you wanted to add D in the bass, that's the sound you would get. So a little bit more, has a little more depth and interest than the standard voicing. Right. Now, for an altered dominant chord, in this case G7 altered, the rule is you build the Lydian grip from the major 3rd. So if I go to my G7 and I see B is my major 3rd, so I'm going to build a B Lydian grip. Right? If you hear that against a G, that's what it sounds like. And what you get with that grip is you get the major 3rd, the sharp 5, the flat 7, and the sharp 9. So nice color. All right, so that covers our 5 chord. Now, for our 1 chord, minor, the minor 6, the rule is you build the Lydian grip from the flat third of the minor 6. So our chord is C minor 6, and the flat third above C is E flat. I'm going to move it up an octave. So I'm going to build an E flat Lydian grip. Right. And that gives us a flat third, a fifth, a 6, and a 9. So you're seeing we're getting extensions every time we use this grip method. And so you put those together, we get 2, here's my 5, and here's my 1. So the cool thing about grips is that in addition to being used for voicings, you can also use them as arpeggios that can be developed into single note lines. So what we're going to do now is we're going to look at some examples of using these grips for comping, and then as well as building some single note lines. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I also have a Patreon page where you can join and become a member. That membership will include all the supplemental materials to my YouTube lessons. You'll be able to download the PDF with tab and standard notation, as well as backing tracks. And a monthly membership includes access to all of my previous lessons. And I think there's over 3 years worth now. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.